How's business?
Not bad. Couldn't complain. The last couple of years was very slow in retail in China. It has recovered actually quite good. I know the overall retail number is not particularly exciting.
I was going to say, they're looking decidedly anemic, the figures coming out at the moment.
Luxury is very good.
This is something that L'Oreal said, which quelled the others who had said that they were doing badly. So tell me about it.
Talk to LVMH chairman, which we talk to regularly. Talk to the chairman of Kering, right, Richemont. Those brands, perhaps because the last 8 years have been slow, and there's a lot of pent-up demand. So the high-end stuff is actually doing quite well.
What about in Hong Kong?
Hong Kong's okay. Hong Kong is Hong Kong. It's not going to go anywhere.
Well, I would hope it does go somewhere. It's not exactly a positive outlook for the territory, is it?
It is growing slowly. It is not growing as fast as it could have been. If Hong Kong people had been smart, I don't know, AIIB perhaps could have been headquartered in Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong people are not smart enough, so they didn't come. But that said, the IPO market is still very strong in the financial service. Retail is just growing, for us, 3, 5, 6%, which is okay.
Okay, so give me the equivalent in mainland China then.
China, the number is about 9%. But in the luxury, I suspect that it's more grown like 12, 14%.
Okay, so what segment of retail is doing perhaps worst?
Well, a lot of low-end stuff that can be replaced by technology. That is up to you. But of course, through the internet, it's still trade. It's just not from the traditional source, the offline. It's hurting. But if you're on the higher end, then it doesn't hurt at all. In fact, online can help the offline. In fact, a lot of companies who are online companies are now rushing to start physical shops. They find out that, number one, it's easier, cheaper to gain new customers.
Exactly what Alibaba did.
Yeah, exactly. And many others.
Yeah, so they are backing their clicks with bricks, as they put it here, right?
Yeah.
But are you concerned about performance looking ahead, and if this trade war does start to bite? And are you seeing evidence of it biting?
First of all, obviously in the trade war, nobody wins. It's a matter of who loses most. And I think America will lose the most, but that's another issue. So when trade war hurts China, where does the emphasis of the economy goes? It goes toward consumption. So if anything in the economic world is more or less sure, it is the consumerism of China market. And that's the business we're in. And, even growing at 9% is not bad. I look at the figure, for the last 30 years, there's probably only 2 or 3 years that it grew less than 9%.
But you have grown in real terms less than 9% because of the depreciation of the yuan. And we've seen, 11, 12% depreciation.
Yeah, but then most of the stuff that we sell, the consumerism in China is still made in China. So it really is less affected by the currency. For us, in the luxury side, yes, you may say it may be a little bit more expensive, but a lot of them don't go overseas to buy anymore because the RMB is low. Stay home and consume. Come to my Hang Lung Plaza 66. Why not?
I got your advert in, I see. Ronnie, tell me, the interest rate hikes are not very good. I mean, the era of cheap money is drawing to an end now. How do you reposition Hang Lung?
First of all, we have been very fortunate. We have almost zero debt. The debt between 2005 and 2016, we have zero debt. Even now, 5%, 6%, net debt to equity is nothing. So let's not worry about the rise in the interest rate. Even in the residential market, it has been so low for so long that even if it rises, a point, 2 point, 3 points, historically is still quite low. So it's really not the slowdown in the residential price in Hong Kong, for example, is due to something other than just interest rate.
Well, absolutely, and I want to ask you exactly that question. I was walking down a little street just the other day with about 6 of these estate agents, and nearly every sign had a big X and a repricing going on. This is actually hitting hard, isn't it? And why? Again, why though, Ronnie?
Hong Kong people should not complain. The market has been so strong so long.
I didn't say they were complaining. I just want to know why.
Some adjustment.
Yeah.
Everything that goes up, come down. Just like most things that go down, goes up. Not all, right? But everything that goes up must come down. And that's the case in the Hong Kong
Is that the real
market.
reason? It's not to do with interest rates?
I think interest rate is at best secondary reason, if not a tertiary reason.
So what is it then?
You cannot stay high forever and ever.
Okay, so it's just gravity is what you're saying. It's cyclical.
Time would, yeah, it's cyclical.
Okay. Do you see repercussions from a fall here? And I know you're not residential, but that puts you in an even better position perhaps to predict how far may it go down.
Well, I don't think I'm smart enough to either figure out how much is going to go up, so I'm not going to figure out how much is going to go down.
Come on, Ronnie, you can do better than that.
But no, it's okay. Yeah, I'm bad. Okay, I'm no good. I'm stupid. Okay, but whatever it goes down, it has some room because it has just gone through roofs.
Okay, let me put this in an entirely different way, not just about residential, but what do you fear out there currently?
What I fear is not so much the macro market in Hong Kong or in mainland China. I fear two things. In the longer term, is the losing of moral authority on the part of the United States. That's big. That's big. That's why I believe that in the trade war, the United States will lose the biggest. It's not just dollar and cent. It's the moral leadership. That's one.
Quickly, last one.
Quickly, I told Mitch McConnell, Senator Mitch McConnell, this not long ago, that
Ronnie,
trade is going to hit capital market and going to hit the economy.